Okay, I have never played Need for Speed 2, just played Need for Speed 1 for the first time, which is pretty impressive, especially for 1996. This is a year later. As far as what tracks to do, this is Freeplay. Not particularly invested in reverse or mirrored tracks. What are the physics settings? Like, what's the difference between them? Trying to decide, like, since we're just doing some free play, I'm not going to, like, beat Need for Speed 2. Just want to see as much of the unique content as possible. What we're doing. Simulation, Arcade, and Wild. Huh. Can I just do each of the tracks one by one and then change the physics type on demand? Maybe tournament like in 1 or knockout mode. I guess the tournament structure is not super important as long as I can see all the tracks. Single race every track and try the different physics. Okay, I'll probably just do that then. I think real life video and video games still kind of blew my mind back in '97. Poor guy. There's a cheat code for the bonus track. Okay. I guess I'll do automatic transmission in this one if it allows it. If it's not super core to the experience. The yellow car is a concept car. One of them was ever made. Seriously? Was this one still associated with that racing magazine you talked about, or did it kind of become its own thing after this? Who are the devs? Do they make other stuff? It says EA. I assume they're just publishing it? Very different starting screen here. Car detail, controls. As I'm still using a keyboard, I could see if I turn on a controller if it just works natively. I'm guessing the answer is no. Doesn't look like it. That's okay. We used keyboard last time, we can use it again. Maybe the third one will just work. Style, Wild, Arcade, Simulation. So Wild is the recommended version of it. I can pick the car. Oh man, there's way more options in this one. Interesting. Really, I guess I would have expected that arcade would be easiest. So if I just select race, is this doing a single track and I have to select location separately? Oh, this looks way different. Wow. Default third-person view. Some I'm doing just regular races right now, not the tournament. Yeah, this already feels like way easier to control. And I assume that's just the wild physics. Or it must be like actively cheating to help me. This feels like Mario Kart. Oh, that's cool. There's like slick roads from the rain. Oh, we got some great mechanical stock sound effects in this one. Yeah, so it's interesting. It feels like this one, they like step down the complexity of the environment in order to maybe be more, have better driving fidelity. I guess it's just the first map, but, or maybe it's just that they're not doing a lot of flat stuff, or not as much flat stuff. I think that was an actual 3D rendered building, right? It still looks really good. Yeah. can see behind me now. Sure, I didn't notice that. Which means they have to render twice as much. This name is lame. Sublock. Doing all tracks on first few Need for Speed games. The first one looked really, really good for a game from 1996. This looks really, really good for a game from 1997. This is the same year as Final Fantasy VII. So this one was Windows only, and then they put the third one on PlayStation. Did they generally try to put them on consoles as well? Starting with the third one?
Final lap.
Oh, 2 has a PlayStation version as well? Oh, I see. So it's cleaned up a little bit by that. This one in Saturn. Okay. So do they still have the segmented tracks from the first game? I think that may be the only game I've seen do that. I'm so used to laps.
And the McLaren F1 wins.
Downhill from here.
Congratulations, you've won the race. You've got a top 10 time for this track.
Main menu. Okay, so you do location, Proving Grounds was track 1. Outback is the second track. And now I want to try it on arcade instead of wild. That's cool that they just give you those options. Oh, really? When I change my class, does that change my opponent's class as well? If there are any that I recognize in Class C. You know what a Ford is? It's interesting that everyone went so hard on licensed music in racing games.
2, 1, go!
Some of these older games have banger tracks. There's that really goofy San Francisco Rush song. Oh, I had to change my opponents? Oh, okay, I missed that, my bad. I guess it's just a single race, so... I'm racing against myself. Is there like a time trial mode that's just that anyway? So I assume that for simulationist or simulation adjacent kart racing games, people tend to prefer the more recent entries because they can improve the simulation, but I know there's a couple like sports games where there's a specific game that came out a long time ago that's still really popular today. Is there an equivalent of that for racing games? Like a particular old entry in Need for Speed or Forza or Gran Turismo that people still play, or they generally stick to the newer releases? Oh, the bugs, that's funny. This is a cool track. Is there a windshield wipers button?
Lap record.
They just fade over time, okay. Screw you, Ferraris. So far, Arcade doesn't feel terribly different from Wild. I guess I'm hitting the edges a lot, and Wild I basically never did. It was also a pretty simple track, though, so... Almost certainly, because now you have to render twice as much. Kind of needs to be apples to apples, you mean? Like, try the different physics with the same tier of car? Yeah, I was just thinking about it. It sounds like it gives you the option to turn the lap count down. 2's probably more than enough. I was thinking 3, because that's what I'm used to with Mario Kart, but... So have they kept the option for the 3 different kinds of physics styles, or is that unique to Need for Speed 2? 2, 4, or 8, okay. 2 then. All over the place. I think Burnout 3 has still been my favorite racing game so far, but it's almost not a racing game, I think. The whole Goombas pushing cars into walls thing is so far from reality that... More of a brand than a series. Interesting. Do they still have licensed cars all the time? I guess that would make sense if it's EA.
Final lap.
So which series do licensed cars? Forza, Gran Turismo, this obviously. It's so interesting to me, like, it seems like it costs an enormous amount of money, and you can make a Schmerari or Schmamborghini, and everyone will know what you mean. I assume that they don't have any IP claims on the shape of the car. But really, licensed cars are the majority. Okay. I guess like San Francisco Rush didn't have them, I don't think. And I want to say Burnout didn't have them. Or, Motorstorm? I don't think those were real. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto's been doing that for a while. They'll make jokes about it too. I've heard that gun licensing is like that too. Like if there's certain models of gun that you need to pay for.
You've got a top 10 time for this track.
Hey. Alright, let's do the McLaren again on arcade settings. Let's turn the lap count down. Pick the lap count here, okay. Last resort, interesting. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, this one's new to the special edition. Okay, so I can kind of feel a little bit of the difference in arcade versus wild. Wild, I could practically turn on a dime, like Mario Kart. I have to think a little bit now. Still quite a bit less than the base mode of the first game, but... Wow, the game's much better about causing other cars to crash. Is it Gran Turismo that just, like, basically the cars no-sell if you bump into them, like nothing happens? It falls just short of, like, a little pop-up asking you to politely stop. There's a lovely, like, stock mechanical crunching sound. Oh, this is like a kart racer track. This is pretty fun. Giant gorilla skull. You need some lava. This is a pretty sweet level.
Final lap.
Hey, Johan, how you doing? Oh, really? That's dynamic? That's cool. Like it just now switched. How very Banjo-Kazooie of them. So, in actual racing, if you see a person coming up behind you, what's the strategy? Is it to try to drive directly in front of them so that they can't pass you? Does that let them draft? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Found that was something frustrating about trying to watch... Oh shit. Well... Rip. That was bad. Trying to watch F1 for the first time. Two friends, Sailor Dan, was getting us into it. And just like very little overtaking ever seems to happen once the race is set. It seems to be decided at the qualifying at the beginning. We're fine. Flip over that box. This level is so like kart racery, I confused that box for like an item box and drove into it on purpose. But that's probably a power-up. Stunt of the day.
You've got a top 10
It's a
time
rules
for
issue
this
for
track.
F1 right now. Alright, we're gonna do the McLaren one more time on simulation settings. So now I'm gonna get last place. And then we'll try other cars. North Country. Oh boy, already. Yeah, I feel like gravity exists now. Is that the main difference? I feel like there's a weight holding the car onto the road now. Oh god. Jesus. That's interesting. I feel like that would be... The difference would probably be imperceptible on stream. Other than that I'm playing badly, right? But... boy. Why do I start getting tire screech when I'm just making slight turns? Any guess on that? Resets the car differently. Interesting. Calculated. Yeah, there is a handbrake button, but search me if I know how to use it. I don't know how to go in... I was going in reverse with the shifter before in the first game, but I'm doing this one on automatic. Maybe I just have to use the shift button to shift down into it. It's a mean turn. Meant to do it. Hey, it's the Hyrule Castle track from Mario Kart 8. What if... Something with racing games and, like, forest canopies letting a small amount of light through. That was, like, key to the simulation fantasy of a lot of these developers,
Lap record, final lap.
I'm sure they just, like, nail it showing off lighting. See, yeah, the last one, I don't think they were actually doing lighting and shadows. I think it was just there were parts of the road that were textured to look darker in those sections, right? So far, I think Need for Speed 1 looks better, looks more impressive, for lack of a better word. This game feels better, though. Like, the controls are better, it's easier to understand. I like having the rearview mirror. It's weird that I feel like the reason 1 looks better is because it's so willing to use 2D shit and hide stuff. and unrender things that are behind you, right? Oh, really? Compared to the first one, even? I guess I might be comparing the feel of Wild. Wild feels better than Simulation, but that's just because Wild is cheating in my favor, so... Wonder if they faced a lot of trouble in moving to full 3D. I think its origins are more sim. It's less sim than Gran Turismo. The first game seemed very focused. Like, it even had this like little gallery where you could like look at real life pictures of the engines of these cars and salivate over them. Well, that sucks. Not enough to reset there. Totally intentionally doing a donut right now. This is fine. Oh god. Things were going so well, and then I got flipped. I'm still not last, though, apparently. Someone is worse than me. But this song kind of slaps. I think I hate licensed music in video games. I think I actually just hate it. Unless if it's like Rock Band or something, right? Alright, let's do I Like Wild. It's fine. I got to see the difference, and that's what matters. Let's try some different cars now. Let's try the Class B, the Ford Indigo. That's a car. Let's only be red. Alright. Oh, skill level beginner is a separate one. Okay. I'll believe it, I'm beginner. That's fine, I'm bad. I'm okay with being bad. Pacific Spirits. Yeah, Tony Hawk was in my mind as a game that I could see people reasonably having protestations about me disliking licensed music. A lot of it's like streaming, it's a hassle, but at the same time, like, unique video game music is so key to my enjoyment of games in general, and like associating original compositions of individual games. And I guess you associate that Superman song or whatever from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 with the game, even if it wasn't written for that game. That may as well have been. But I think even beyond the streaming component, like, I really like when developers have to make their own music. Yeah, the playlists are well curated. That's probably true. Like, I think for Tony Hawk, you're probably right that it's like, hey, we're picking tracks that make us think of skating and like skating culture. But a lot of other games I've played with real-world music, licensed music, it's just like, oh, it feels cynical, for lack of a better word. It depends. I guess there's like, you know, you play Grand Theft Auto Vice City and all the music's from the 80s, and that's like part of the advertising for it. They're trying to go for that feel, so why not use actual 80s music? That's okay. can I associate that Run So Far Away song with Vice City trailers? You see, you have one opponent as there's traffic. Are there still police in this one, or did they get rid of that? Uematsu, Madden 23. I think Uematsu's done his last soundtrack, sadly.
Lap record. Final lap.
Fantasian for the iPhone. It's his last OST. I think he's really sick. No police in this one. So this is like a turn right here that would be miserable on simulation, but on wild it's like, it's fine. Just hold right. I know. I never got to see Black Mages. I never got to see him when he toured with Distant Worlds, I think. This is a cool map. Nice handling and acceleration car. This is a real car? Like, was this like a racing car? Like, did people own this? It has a weird form factor. I don't know if I've ever seen one in real life. It's a concept car. Ah, okay. Like that yellow car from the opening FMV. Oh, that's interesting. Do concept cars ever make it to production? Or are they just for fun?
And the Indigo wins! Congratulations, you've won the race! You've got a top 10 time for this track.
Keep trying other cars. Oh, that's a cool looking car. Stay purple, why not? So if you go to opponents 1, then you specify exactly what card they have. Give them the same one. Traffic on. It's Ridge Racer.
Three, two, one, go!
Appreciate that they changed the car color. The first one was a little awkward, where there would be like, okay, this is a Class A, so it's either a bunch of yellow Lamborghinis, black Lamborghinis, or red Ferraris. $599 US. YTMD had a fucking heyday with that press conference. E3 show, whatever you want to call it. Traffic! Based off the ideal behind it, the real one couldn't be driven at highway speed. Interesting. This song is pretty sweet too. I think some of these tracks come up on Rainwaves. I feel like a couple of them are familiar. Rainwave is a great video game music station, by the way. I'm interested in like original BGM. It's radio, but everyone signed in can nominate songs, and they're really careful to have like a required cooldown on popular tracks, so it's not just fucking One Winged Angel over and over. I think One Winged Angel has like an 18-hour cooldown or something. But it's pretty nice. Like, if no one's nominating a track, it just picks 3 random songs, and then anyone listening actively can vote for which one they want to hear. And if anyone is actively nominating tracks, it includes one of the nominated tracks along with 2 random ones, so that the power users don't dominate it. Really cool idea for like a community radio station. I don't think I've seen it for anything other than video game music. That wall is going to get my ass kicked. I think it's the last time I have to deal with it. It's kind of like what I wish Pandora was. Pandora is cool, but like, you listen to it 100 hours of Pandora and you start to get a sense for what 30 tracks they want to play for you for an individual artist. I think this is the best track so far. I love this song. Yeah. You like a song and it's just like, okay, you fucking love this song. Like, no, I think it's good. I feel like Pandora is a rare instance where a star rating would be helpful. Usually star ratings are pointless because everyone either gives something 5 stars or 1 star.
The XJ220 wins!
That was a cool track.
Congratulations, you've won the race! You've got a top 10 time for this track.
Said to have won the race. Grid. Keep them on beginner. Well, no, let's. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect my progression, so put them on advanced just to see how bad I really am. I'd have to do advanced simulation to see that, I guess. Never heard of a Lotus before. There's my stream branding indigo blue. Mystic Peaks. This song's pretty cool too. This song reminds me of another video game song. I gotta think about it though. Wow, this is a track. Oh, is it just random music? I thought each one was associated with each track. Are there multiple options for each track then? Is this one also a special edition exclusive? Thank you for nudging me in the right direction. Interesting. This one also feels pretty kart racer-y. Holy shit. The driver is very disoriented if not dead after that. Well, just a little ghost reset thing is unique to Wild and arcade mode, basically. This is a hell of a track. This is still lap 1. Damn. It's like Rainbow Road length.
Record. Final
You
lap.
can drive as the outhouse. I'd be down to check out a couple of those before we switch to Need for Speed 3. We'll see how much time we have once I finish all tracks. I'd like to give at least an hour to Need for Speed 3. God. But yeah, okay. Which we're going to use a cheat for. H is the horn button. I've mentioned this before, but I miss cheats in video games. Like, I used to be of the attitude, like, I'm so glad that they're gone, but I think that they served a purpose that isn't being filled right now outside of games adding, like, the Celeste style of system modes. They're good for, like, tournament organizers, for fighting games. They're good for accessibility, for difficult games. The way in which cheats excel is that they communicate very clearly to the player, this is in the game, but you're not supposed to do it. Like, this is not part of the developer-intended experience. So I feel like it would enable your developer to add crazier and crazier stuff if they knew, well, people could get this with a cheat. So we're not locking out this content. You have a cheat where your horn flings opponents in traffic in front of you. That's funny. I guess cheats are also a great opportunity for comedy, too. Should have made that into a full-fledged game. Cool rope bridge. Terrifying rope bridge. I feel like this level would be terrifying on the highest difficulty simulation.
record.
That was a cool stage. It had a cool song.
You just beat the best time for this track.
All right, so are cheats inputs in this? Is there like a screen for them? Excuse me. Pick a car, I guess, while you're telling me what to do here. Little alien ear. Okay. Hollywood's for the bonus track. Neats. I guess I'll just do that one and then we can go on a random track for the silly ones.
Three, two, one, go!
Totally not 21st Century Fox fanfare. I forget what that's called. It's a discipline of composition where you try to mimic copyrighted work in a way that's close enough that people will understand what you're referencing, but also doesn't violate the copyright. This is a funny track. What is the bonus track in the first game? But it's like a sci-fi Hollywood too. Monolithic Studios. Dinosaurs. Stock dinosaur roar sound. Oh, nice. I'll drive the T-Rex. When we do driving T-Rex and horns launch things. And then we'll switch to Need for Speed 3. Fire.
Lap record. Final lap.
Oh, what are the bonus cars? For it to be interesting, it'd have to be like the Oscar Mayer Weenie Mobile or something. What are your meme cars? Back to the Future DeLorean. An ice cream truck. Interesting. And you get all three of them for beating the tournament on first place. Yeah, I could see the Indigo being the bonus car, since it's so weird and crazy looking.
Lap record. You've got a top 10 time for this track.
All right, so what are the codes for drive as a T-Rex and shoot things with your horn? First gets you all three. I see. Gotcha. Road rage. Okay, I think I went in. We can get the other song for Proving Grounds here. Go 43. Do I have to turn on traffic for that one to work? Go 1 through 50 or drive as other things, okay. Proving Ground never has traffic. North Country, I think, has some, right? Yeah, here we go. So it's just my model, right? It's still controlled the same as the car I selected. I might not have a horn. Alright, hold on, let me try to do some of the other ones here. Secret car. I see.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, I see. So when you get near something while you're driving, that's actually kind of fun. Make like a Death Race 2000 style game with that as your core mechanic. It's pretty awesome. How to be a kid again. Nice. So I think overall, I think I preferred Need for Speed 1 to 2. Just a little bit, though. I think the music in this one was better. It could also just be like 1 was novel and surprising. Like, wow, I can't believe they did this in 96. And then the jump to 2 was mostly moving to full 3D, which I think the game actually doesn't look quite as good as a result. But I appreciate that they added a, let me not get dizzy from that. I appreciate that they added the different physics modes for scrubs like me that want to play on arcade or wild mode. And I guess when I say I like the first one a little bit better, it's like, you know, an 85 versus a 90 or an 80 versus an 85 or something. It's not that big of a difference. This one was cool, though. It's interesting to see the history of these games. All right, we got a little bit of time left, so we're going to do Need for Speed 3. Give me a sec to set it up here.